Hello and welcome to this week's episode, or another episode, or this week's installment, or whatever it is now, of
Sure.
9 and 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Katrina Swathwood,
Hello.
and Alan Berserker.
Yo, hey, what's going on, cool kids?
I guess not many kids are listening.
Yeah, nobody. I was going to say nobody listens to the show. And with that said,
That's not true.
I wanted to say thank you to all the people that are listening. We had a significant
Jump.
bump, and I think that it just shows that the people that have listened to the show
Enjoy
still
it.
want to listen, you know?
That's good.
Go figure, we put out more shows more regularly and we get the downloads.
So, because you like to share everything with everybody, is this camera on your new computer?
It is.
It's a potato camera.
What
Your
do you mean?
potato camera.
What are you talking about? Mine's in 4K.
I mean, it's really dark in our house.
Yay, nay.
You're fine. You're fine. Just right there. That's volume,
perfect.
You're perfect. But no, we had a big jump in downloads. We did in the first 9 days of August, we did the entire amount of downloads we did in July.
Yay.
So we're having a good month. We appreciate all the listeners coming back.
So it helps to have content.
Exactly. It helps to have content. And, you know, we're not the only ones that kind of – we had some family stuff, and then we tried to get back on board, and the pandemic hit, and it was hard to be motivated to do anything. And we put out, I think, 3 or 4 episodes last month, and this will be our third this month.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're back on it. We're getting there.
Let me ask you this then. Post-COVID, are you going to kind of keep a similar schedule?
Yeah, I think so. Our goal, our big goal, is to have 2 a week that are 30 to 40 minutes. Sometimes they run longer, but the goal is to do 2 a week that are 30 to 40 minutes. And
They actually go up during
Yeah.
the week, not just that they're recorded.
yeah, not that just that they're recorded, that we actually get those out. And I think those are, I mean,
Reasonable goals.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Attainable
think it's a
goals.
very measurable and obtainable goal.
yeah, and it also leads to less drag in an episode. You know what I mean? There's some episodes where, you know, we're forcing ourselves to talk because we're trying to hit that hour mark.
Oh, no. Your show's perfect, and it's always 100% great content.
Just like that one a couple weeks ago.
Here?
What was that?
We're not allowed to comment about that on the air.
We're live.
Who says it's gonna make it on the episode? Anyways, no, and it's just been nice getting everything back going. You know, the laptops is an update. We have decent mics. The next thing might be a new mixer. I was looking at some online, so you know,
He's always looking at something.
we wouldn't be investing this money.
I like the video aspect of this because I like seeing you lounged out on your couch like it's like a late night cable access show, and you're like, hey,
Yeah. I'm laying sideways on the couch, and my mic stand is on my coffee table.
oh, that's
Coming
cheap.
over.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is I can do a 30 to 40 minute episode from here. If I was doing an hour, I couldn't lay on my shoulder this long.
He's like, you're going to be hurting after this.
Probably. But
You're,
no, I actually didn't bring anything to this episode. I think it's nice every once in a while when I don't know what's going on. And
Like in the world, or just what's going to happen?
oh, it's really nice not knowing what's going on in the world, isn't it?
I looked at stuff, and there was nothing interesting that I felt I wanted to talk about going on. So
Well, we're in a period of time where things aren't being released.
So the episode's over?
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, so
how do you feel about this being probably the death knell of the theater experience, or at least the multiplex? I think theaters will still be around.
I think theaters will still be around, but you're right. Things are going to be, you know, everybody says, oh, when we go back to normal, Who knows what normal is going to be like on the other end of everything?
I do.
What is it going to be?
So I can't divulge that because it's above my pay grade, but there are going to be certain people that are going to be allowed to be immunized and certain people that are not. And then those people are allowed to have the, you know, back to old normal, and then the people that are not are going to have to deal with the new normal.
permanently? Like that's never going to be?
No, I'm just fucking with you, man.
I was going to say that seems like some sort of sci-fi movie
Dystopian.
that we're getting marked as the unclean.
Sign up for your tattoo, people.
That's right.
Yeah, I was thinking that can't be right. No, I mean things will eventually get back to normal. But...
Yeah, they typically do. It's I feel like this is all I talk about anymore.
Well,
Yeah, let's talk about something else. Mulan.
Yeah.
You excited? Yeah. That's that. You're talking about the movie theater experience with Mulan, and let's take Mulan out of the
Equation.
And how do you feel about a $30 price point for
An in-home streaming?
What?
I already complain about the $20 movie tickets plus parking and the hassle of having to sit near people.
The thing is, you get to do $30 at home. I assumed you would be all about it.
I'm all about doing it at home, but I think $30 is a bad price. But you guys, this isn't the first movie to release to streaming. You did that. Was Trolls?
No,
Troll 2?
We didn't do Trolls.
We watched the new Scooby-Doo movie.
So how
we
is
had
that?
option.
No, here it was $24.99, and you got it permanently though.
Okay.
And then here's the thing about Mulan: if you buy it for the $30, it's on your Disney Plus account as long as you have Disney Plus. So it's not like I think the perfect price point is between the $20 and $25 range.
Yeah, I think 25 is probably like what I would say.
Yeah, and
the cap.
And especially for like if Black Widow came out this week for $25, you're damn right I'd be buying it just because I've seen every Marvel movie.
It's better for people like you where it isn't like going to the movies like taking out a small fortune.
Well,
No.
we go before 12 o'clock.
We go before 12 o'clock.
Matinee prices.
And we have a theater that we like, and it's $8 a person.
And we schedule our seats, and I know where I'm sitting. It's reclinable.
That means you got to sit near the plebeians, though, right? When you go at matinee times.
No, I mean
I do, but I think Robert usually sits on the aisle.
But there's also double armrests in between you and the next
Right.
person. So I mean, it's not like you're sitting right on top of somebody.
Yeah.
It's the AMC in La Jolla. It's also underground, so you don't get people's phones ringing in there.
Yeah, there's no reception.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really an ideal theater. It's a straight shot for us. It takes us 15 minutes to get there.
Right.
We go before noon on a Sunday and
Or Saturday.
It's $24.
Right.
It's really not bad.
I hate to be that guy, but living in Austin, I got really, really used to the what's that movie?
Alamo Drafthouse.
Because it simply, yeah, sure, it was cool they had alcohol, and sure, it was cool that they had pretty decent food. Their grilled cheese was really good, but the fact that they had rules that like if you came in late, you weren't allowed in, and you got one warning, and they would kick you out if your phone went off.
Really?
Yeah, I did too. At first, I was like, that's kind of draconian. I do what I want. I don't need rules. But when you see like a-holes disregard that and they drop the fucking hammer,
That's great.
it's beautiful.
They should put pictures of them up on the wall too, like Michael Scott.
Escorting them out.
Oh gosh. So I have an annoying theater story. I went to go see what's that Guillermo del Toro movie? Cold Mountain, Iron Mountain, some kind of mountain.
You're a mountain.
Frost Mountain.
It had Loki in it and Jax from Sons of Anarchy. It basically was it was like an homage to Mario Brava movies with like the use of color. Anyway, I'm at the draft house and this guy is sitting next to me and I'm on a date. She's on the left. This random stranger's on the right. And he keeps falling asleep during the movie and his head keeps like landing on my shoulder. And be like, dude.
Katrina had one. What did we go see? Was it Get Smart? No, it wasn't Get Smart. It was a spy movie with Steve Carell and The Rock and Anne Hathaway.
That was Get Smart.
It was Get Smart. But
You know that was a Mel Brooks show?
the Katrina had a person that was sitting next to her that was singing every song in the movie, like at full volume.
I don't remember any music in that. Was it all music?
The soundtrack.
It was just a soundtrack. It wasn't like a musical.
Oh gosh, I to this day the most embarrassing movie theater story I have is the midnight showing of Spider-Man 2 at the Rancho Edwards, and I was like first in line on that. I made a huge deal about it. I took like 2 days off of work to go.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh, it was great, and I was like first in line. I brought this date, which was stupid. It was only like our second date. And
Whoops.
the whole time she had to be like she had to be the peanut gallery. You know,
What's this?
Oh, that's Parker.
clapping, screaming, "You go, girl!" And I'm just like,
Shut the fuck up.
That's
movie.
that's Brian. Brian does that. He yells at the screen.
When we're in a circle of friends and in front of a couch, sure. But when you're in a movie theater, don't be a chick.
No, not at all. I agree 100%. I actually, when we saw Avengers, thought somebody was filming it because they had a stationary camera pointed at the screen, and what it was a translator.
For closed caption.
Oh, nice.
No, it was a translator.
Oh, was it translator?
It was. I got a closer look, and it was translating English to whatever language he was speaking.
What language it was?
I do not. And I, I'm the most. I try not to be insensitive, but it was an Asian guy. I mean,
So Cantonese, maybe.
Statistics are probably on, yeah. On your
well, I mean, there's a fairly large
Correct.
Asian population,
And
here,
there's a lot of different dialects.
But yeah, I was like, why is this guy being so blatant with his recording device? And then I'm like, oh no, it's translating.
No, he's allowed to.
I had never seen, and it's like a really dull off light, so it doesn't even have like it wasn't distracting at all. It's kind of neat.
You haven't been to the New Beverly Cinema, have you?
No, never.
I've always wanted to see a movie there. I have not yet.
What is it?
It's the movie theater Quentin Tarantino bought. It used to be a porno theater back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I mean, I might have seen a porno there.
Probably.
No, it's way before me, I'm sure.
Yeah. Porno theaters were kind of dying by the time we were of age to masturbate.
I mean,
Right.
the big one was Paul Rubens.
Yeah. Well, like Sports Arena was. My dad said when he was in the Navy, Sports Arena was notorious for being strip clubs and porno theaters. Same with Gaslamp.
Yeah, until it all started getting cleaned up.
Yeah.
But
that being said, I think definitely the idea of like the multiplex is probably on its last legs.
which is unfortunate because we were just going to get a movie theater in town here. They're still leveling the ground for it. It'll probably still go in.
I still think like the small indie theaters are the ones that are going to survive this, like your landmarks, your little like art house movie theaters, because those are going to be niche.
We were going to get a studio movie grill. I think it was only going to be like a 6-theater. But it was going to have 2 restaurants, and it was supposed to have like sit-down dining. What's that?
It wasn't going to be AMC or Edwards or any of that.
No.
It still might go in, right?
So there used to be an AMC here when I was in high school.
Oh yeah, the trolley stop over there by Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Godfather's Pizza that had an arcade in it right outside.
Yeah.
And when it broke down, when it closed down, we went to the dumpsters behind and we stole a bunch of, didn't steal them, they were in the trash. So I mean, it's not like.
You dumpster dive.
Yeah, we went dumpster diving and we took
just community property at that point.
we took a bunch of movie seats, theater seats. And
Ew.
what? Why you?
Germaphobe like you?
I wasn't always a germaphobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once brushed my teeth with a toothbrush I found on the ground on a dare.
There used to be like double gulps of Dr. Pepper next to the bed for days.
Yeah.
I could believe that when you were probably like a young bachelor, but the toothbrush thing?
I was probably like 16.
Okay. Yeah. We're all dumbasses.
Anyways, we took the seats and we bolted them to this like huge pallet we found. And then we took like this gigantic, it was like a 4x8 billboard that was advertisement for something, and we bolted it to the bottom of the pallet. And then I had this huge field behind my house, and we found the hood of a Volkswagen Beetle, and we bolted it onto the overlap to where the board came out, and we had the board with the pallet on top of it with the Volkswagen hood that was upside down from the bottom, and then we had a steel peg that went from the front of the Volkswagen hood, and we bolted that to the pallet, and then we screwed the movie seats on it, and then we tied it to the back of my friend's truck with a rope.
There it is. Yeah.
And we sat on the seats and we actually drug it around behind his truck behind the movie theater after it closed, and then he took a turn too sharp, and he hit oh no, that was something else. That didn't break. We found a couch and we tied it behind his truck, and he was dragging us, and we were sitting on the couch. And he took a turn too sharp, and it hit the curb, and the front of the couch exploded, and we all flew. Yeah, we all flew off, and I landed on one of my friends, so I was fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got no follow up to that.
That's fine.
That's a fun story.
You were saying something about trolls earlier, and I wanted to actually bring this up. Did you see the troll doll that the mom got super upset about?
I overheard what you were listening to.
So it's a troll doll, and it's not like one of the
Poppy.
old schools one. It's from the new movie and stuff, and it's like interactive ones, like press its belly and it'll sing this song, press its belly, whatever. Well, if you lift up the doll's legs, there's a button between its legs that you can press that it makes it giggle and gasp.
Oh, I'm looking at the picture now. Okay.
I watched the video and I was like, this isn't going to be that bad. And I watched it and I'm like, this is pretty bad.
Yeah. I wouldn't say bad, but definitely like
distasteful.
I think that this did not go through quality
control. No, somebody made a mistake there.
No, someone did something and got it passed by and it didn't get caught.
Well,
this was like premeditated, or was this just an oopsie?
The spokesperson said it was supposed to giggle when you sat it down, so it was supposed to be on its butt. But still, if you're pressing your finger into a troll's butt and it's giggling and gasping,
hey, you don't. That may not be a butt. Troll anatomy may be different than our own.
I mean, yeah, I suppose you're right. But if you poke something in the butt and it's like, I mean, it's a little.
Well, yeah. I mean,
is there a recall in process? Or?
I think they took it off the shelves.
Ah, shit. That's going to be worth a fuck ton of money now.
Yeah, it is.
So when Django Unchained came out, they had a series of action figures.
No, I tried to get the Steven one for the longest time.
I had the Steven one.
You son of a bitch.
And I sold it for $500.
Of course you did.
And I bought it for $25.
I know. I was looking for it the year it came out, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
I bought the entire set, but the only one that actually made it to me was Steven.
You monster. That was the one I wanted the most.
No.
Speaking of rare stuff, I got my foil Negan Lives today in the mail.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Negan is alive and well in your house?
He is. I've fallen victim to the
foil mania.
Foil, variant cover. It's hard to really be upset about it, seeing as he's sending all these books out to these comic book stores for free. It's like, hey, make some money. So it's kind of hard to be like, why are there so many variant covers? But I'm like,
are you buying it from your comic book store and going to SoCal, or did you just order?
Yeah,
he did.
I bought the gold, the silver, the original red one, and the second printing blue one, all from SoCal Comics. There's a bronze one as well, but I wasn't able to get it.
Yeah.
But I spent $275 on the gold one, and
they're not rare. But when Murder Falcon came out, I took some time trying to get all the variant heavy metal album mock-up covers.
Those were cool covers.
They were, and they're all really cool albums that I like, except for one. I couldn't. It's all right, but
I need to read that. Like, I'm now that I beat all the video games that I want to beat, I'm moving on to actually reading books. Parker started reading Cosmic Ghost Rider. He saw one in the comic book store, and he's like, "Oh, that looks really cool." I bought him the first. Well, it was one of the offshoots. It wasn't actual Cosmic. It was Revenge of Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, the second part, yeah.
And he read 4 issues of that, and then he read all of Firepower.
Kind of the premise of Cosmic Ghost Rider, right?
No.
It's Frank Castle given the possessed by whatever demon is, Thressa, that possessed the original Ghost Rider. And he's also made the story gets more and more ridiculous. He's also a former Herald of Galactus and goes back in time to try and kill baby Thanos, and decides to raise baby Thanos to maybe not destroy the universe. And that went horribly awry.
Okay.
So, like the only thing living in his universe at that point.
No, I'm just excited that Parker's he's read comic books and not just flipping through them. It was pretty exciting.
So, you're going to get around to reading Preacher?
Probably, honestly, because I'm trying to... What? She's smirking.
Oh, go ahead.
Have you finished it yet, Katrina?
I have one more left.
Okay.
How long have you had one more left?
When I stopped traveling for work,
So, like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Just don't make this into a whole Monster Squad thing, because this is actually good, and I think you would like it.
I don't think he's going to have an issue with that.
So Monster Squad's not good then?
It's fine. I just think that you're welching on a bet, and you should always honor your bets, even when you lose.
Okay.
I don't have a horse in the race. You like it or don't, I don't care. But you made a bet with Brian, you lost, and that was the conditions of the bet.
Yeah, I understand.
You're all about honor, Mr.
Yes, I am. But the fact that you guys both... Actually, you know what? He doesn't. Only you. Only you.
I know.
Only you. Because in the grand scheme of things, if it was money, I would have paid it. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Sorry. If it was a burrito, he would have had his burrito already. If it was $20, he would have had it already.
I'm just saying. You shouldn't welch on a bet, no matter how small.
Sorry. When I have the actual time and I want to, maybe it'll happen, but there's things higher on the list. It's been on the queue. Like I've gone to it and I'm like, not tonight. Several times. But I already know what it's going to be. It's hard to bring myself to do it when it's going to be a movie that I hate that you guys like because you watched it when you were young. And that's a lot of movies.
Sure.
If you don't have any nostalgia for it, it's not going to be any good. I remember watching Brian's face when I was super excited to see him watch Army of Darkness, and he's just the look on his face is, this is fucking stupid. And I could see it. It was disappointing, and I know that's what it's going to be. I'm going to watch this movie, and I'll be like, this is terrible.
Well, you don't have to worry about me because, again, I know you're not going to like it, but I don't care. Like, my feelings aren't going to be hurt one way or the other.
Yeah, well, you don't have any feelings.
Womp, womp, womp.
So we've been watching that, and Parker goes through the house doing that now.
Oliver does.
Oh, is it all? No, it's Parker too.
Oh, Parker does it too?
Yeah.
Oh, Oliver. I've noticed Oliver doing it.
That's a pretty good show. We're on... I know we're on the second season.
I think this most recent season kind of drops off. I think I'm done with the show. But yeah, up until this most recent season, it's good.
I've enjoyed it. I really like some of the smaller like customer moments when they're in between the stories of the main characters.
Yes.
Oh man, and it's funny because like you said, I worked at a large retailer, and it's very similar.
Kids hiding in weird spots, breaking shelves.
Did you ever do that, Alan? Did you hide in clothing?
I did.
No, but I would always mess with loss prevention and make it look like I was shoplifting, and then immediately like hide it in somewhere else, so that way whenever I got stopped, I had nothing on me.
Sounds like you.
I didn't do anything wrong. It's not a crime until you try and take it out of the store.
And even then, now, if it was now, they can't stop you.
Yeah.
You just walk out. I'm not saying go steal shit. I'm just saying that as somebody that worked for a big box store, you cannot
touch people
anymore.
Well, you couldn't back then either, but that didn't stop me from throwing a videotape at someone's head.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I saw loss prevention people fucking tackle people, throw them on the ground.
Oh yeah.
It's just a lawsuit.
Yeah, now it's just... Well, that came up in Superstore, too.
Yeah. When Dina tackled the guy.
Yeah.
Or just, oh gosh, anytime there was a code Adam, trying to get people to actually like comply with like, yeah, you can't go.
Not leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that happen a couple times. I had one time where all the cash registers stopped working. Like the whole point of sale system went down. So I had to stand at the front of the store and tell people they weren't allowed to come in. I felt like I was in front of the Pirates of the Caribbean telling people that the ride was shut down.
Wait, please. Wait your turn.
Yeah. Now everything's shut down.
Form a line.
If it wasn't like my phone was like, hey, I want to show you all the times you went to Disneyland over the last 3 years with your kids today. And it like put a video together and I played it. I'm like, this sucks.
Who shows you that?
It's just your phone. It'll be like, hey, memories. Check it out.
Oh, I know. It's like, hey, you had this memory of going to Montana 2 years ago. And the one picture you took.
I have like 7,000 pictures on my phone.
Yeah,
It's like Michael Scott. He has to have 2 phones for all his pictures.
One for just pictures of the kids.
Yeah, just pictures of the kids. You know who you're talking to. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have almost all the Negan stuff now. The box, man, for $50, you had a shot at a foil Negan. You had a CGC book, a hardcover book, 4 action figures, a loose comic book, pins. We got a Murder Falcon pick. Bunch of stickers, trading cards, card games. It was crazy.
All in a single box.
All in one box for $50.
How are you not sponsored by Skybound?
I don't know. I know enough of those
Because we're
guys
still
over
going to
there.
buy their stuff.
Yeah, I know. Why are you going to give stuff for people to free when they're already going to buy it anyways?
Isn't that like why get the cow for milk when you can eat the meat for free?
Yes, that's exactly the saying too.
I know.
It's exactly that.
Yeah, you're putting out.
Yeah, and I will all the time because I will. Katrina, you have anything? This is a really well prepared podcast. I mean,
Why are you looking at me like that?
I thought
Such a judgment.
I thought you guys were going to bring stuff. Otherwise, I would have done more picking up of stuff.
Okay, so I guess what you were telling me is that I can't count on you to bring things because you're like, I'm going to look at stuff at work and I'll have something.
Well,
I'm
Alan
like,
said,
okay. I was like, I'm going to rely on Robert to have something because I had a rough day. I had to restart my computer 4 different times today just to get some work done.
You gotta remember though, he's the talent. That's his motto.
yeah, and the talent wants.
I'm the tech, so where's my slide?
Hey, guest, what'd you bring to the table today?
I told you. I looked at the news and I saw that it was all dumb.
Well, what day do you look at the news and you're like, oh, that's interesting?
It was that one time I looked at a news story and oh, that is interesting.
What about Shia LaBeouf being Iceman?
Is he going to be gay?
I don't know.
Is Iceman gay now? I thought
Is that a requirement?
I don't. You lose track. It changes all the time.
Did you see what happened at DC today?
No.
Like massive firings.
Are you surprised?
No, but I want to say they got rid of their entire collectible division.
God, I think it's Valiant is on the verge of shutting down.
Is it really?
Yeah. I never read anything from Valiant.
I didn't really either. I know Dynamite's having. Is it Dynamite? Yeah, they're having a hard time right now.
Though I think it was like their latest Red Sonja is like one of the better selling comics right now. So,
well, as far as financially, the Dynamite thing is more that
more of a Comicsgate thing.
Yeah, exactly. And well, DC, I don't know about some of the other places, but I mean, comics did I think they said $1.9 billion in sales last year. So it's not like the industry's hurting.
Is that in properties or is that strictly comic book sales only?
It was comic book sales. So, I mean, but it also included, I believe, it wasn't Scholastic, but it was other graphic novel books that weren't from like Image, DC, Marvel and stuff, but there's still there's a lot of money going around. So it's not like the industry's dying.
So you said it was mostly like the collectibles division? Because I know Vertigo, they've been rumored to shut that back down again because they haven't been doing any good titles on the Vertigo line since they brought it back.
I don't know the exact amount, but there was like multiple publishers, editors, writers, artists, lots of people. Well, maybe not artists because artists are more freelance anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got to justify Bendis's salary, I'm sure. They have to offset.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he was not cheap to get him to jump ship.
No, not at all. But yeah, it's just it sucks, man. Like I don't like seeing anybody lose their job, but those are just our people.
It is, but I feel like it's not new. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time.
No, and I'm sure a lot of these people we picked up.
Downward trend. I think you'll see a decrease in popularity in comics again. It'll kind of become more underground, which will lead to a whole revival of really cool, creative, good content, which then will make it popular again, and then we'll have another age. I mean, what they call this the modern age, but I mean, comics have gone through 4 or 5 cycles of this.
Yeah, I mean, it crashed in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not going to say who it is, but I saw a comic book writer that said that nothing good came out in the first 10 years of the 2000s in comic books. Nothing good came out. And all I commented was hey, what do you think about Invincible? He's like, why don't you just ask Robert Kirkman what I think about Invincible? And I was like, All right. I wasn't trying to be a dick.
But did you?
No, I don't care.
Hey,
I
Robert,
was
who the fuck
asking-
is this guy?
Yeah, I was asking him. Like, I wasn't even being condescending. I was just like, hey, it seems like it's a book you would like. What do you think about it?
Like 03, 04?
What?
Was it 03 or 04?
Invincible?
That was pretty early in the 2000s, right?
Well, it went for it ended 3 years ago, and it had some spacing in between there. It had some times where it was a little sporadic.
Oh yeah, I remember the
Katrina.
section. Hey, we're on time this month.
Yeah.
First appearance, Tech Jacket #1, November
2002.
02.
Invincible?
Yeah.
That's not his first appearance.
Tech Jacket?
Yeah. First appearance of Invincible was in Noble Causes.
That's also November of 2002. And predates Savage Dragon 102 and Masters of the Universe #1. So Invincible #1 is January of 03.
Okay.
Regular tiled series in 03.
So it was fairly early on. Did I ever tell you how I got into that series?
I
I don't know if I've told the story on here.
I'm pretty sure you had when you did your Invincible thing, because you're the one that convinced me to pick it up.
Okay.
It was around that time, because 03, I think, is when we were still working together.
Was it really?
Yeah, I didn't get fired until 2004.
Marcus Sebastian Grayson.
His middle name's Sebastian?
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And it does say that his first appearance is in Tech Jacket #1.
Where?
Right here. And it says Noble Causes, Family Secrets #3, November 02. So it was the same month. So
Okay.
I wonder if Tech Jacket was printed first.
I don't know. I've always seen that his first appearance was Noble Causes. I have that Noble Causes book. I also have the Invincible Spider-Man team-up book.
Invincible #1, January 03.
do you have the first little miniseries of Tech Jacket?
I believe I do.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
We have it somewhere in here.
Did you ever read Astounding Wolfman?
Yep, every issue.
That was a fun book.
It was a fun book.
And they hurried it up. So
Surely, though, I feel like the end was kind of hastily. Like, I feel like
because they wanted to do Super Dinosaur.
They were doing Super Dinosaur.
So I have Super Dinosaur to blame.
Yeah,
It's good though.
it's a fun book. It's not for you.
No, I don't care. I'm not gonna make your kids cry over it.
Why would you make my kids cry over it?
Make your kids cry over it. That's what I just said. I'm not gonna make your kids cry over it.
I understand, but like, what would you do that would? There's a disconnect here. I don't understand what you would do to make my kids cry over it.
If I just said I don't want to read that book, I don't know if they're like you and they're gonna rabidly defend it.
No, Oliver wouldn't care at all, and Parker's
the only
probably
one that's
say
read it.
he'd probably say you'd like it or it's good, but he wouldn't care.
Well,
He's gonna bring it over and burn a copy in front of their face.
I know the youth culture. I could speak to your Parker. I just say yeet a bunch of times.
Oh,
I haven't
Jesus.
heard him say yeet since then. So like last year Comic-Con.
Well, that was how we
Awful.
communicated of where each other was. It was like echolocation.
Yeah, we do Marco Polo in the store.
Yeah. You ever played the penis game in high school?
No, like
Where you like sit in the back of the classroom and like slowly escalate to see who could say it the loudest?
no.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
I was
You
just
heard this?
Yes. Guys used to do it all the time in class.
Well, it's funny because Katrina went to a Catholic school.
Well, it's just like the circle game.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You played the circle game.
Yeah, we all played the circle game.
Yeah, we all played the circle game.
Sure. Now you can't play it anymore.
Why not?
Everybody ruined it.
It's when a group of people take something that you can't take back because they're stupid.
I'm taking it back.
Good job, Randall.
I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, taking it back.
Good luck. Good luck. I hope it works out for you. You don't care enough to take it back. You're not going to go on some fucking pilgrimage and be
Soapbox.
like, I'm taking it back.
Where am I going to travel to? The origin of the circle game? Wait.
Yes.
Bill and Ted it.
You're going to meet that comes out this month. Bill
Yeah.
and Ted comes out this month.
On demand. I was thinking of picking it up on demand next weekend.
They said it's $35. Just kidding.
I'm not spending that much on it, but
Wait, you spent 30?
no. Like I said, I think 25 is my cap. I don't care enough about Milan that's whatever.
No, that's why I was trying to say take that out of it. Like, I'm sure you're going to hate the new Ghostbusters, but, I mean, would you pay $25 to see the new Ghostbusters?
I on the fence about it to begin with. I don't think the movie should have been made, but I'll probably still check it out begrudgingly.
I hope you
Rudd's
like
in
it. I hope you like it.
I don't know. It's like I said. I feel like they have no business making the movie without Harold Ramis.
That is, it's tough.
Especially when he was such a crucial part of the creative team behind it. And I feel like we already got a Ghostbusters 3 with the video game, which you never played, did you? Did you?
I didn't hear what you said. You froze.
Oh, you haven't played the Ghostbusters video game, have you?
No, I haven't, but I've heard it's pretty good. Probably from you.
It's the cast is all in there except for Rick Moranis. It's written by Ramis and Aykroyd. The story basically picks up, I think, 6 months after the whole Vigo incident. It's November of that year, Thanksgiving, and it just ties into both movies really well. You have to deal with Gozer and Zool, and
Rick Moranis wasn't he coming back? He's coming back for
something, Brother Moose or something again.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the series.
That's what it is.
We watched the kids watched Willow for the first time this weekend.
What did they think of it?
Parker seemed to enjoy it.
That movie surprisingly still holds up pretty well. I watched it not too long ago too.
It does. It's not quite like you probably don't like Princess Bride, but
my opinion, like I hated it as a kid because I thought like, what was the point of this movie? But it had grown on me to a point where I don't hate it, but I don't think it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread either.
I think it's better than Goonies.
I think I put it about the same category as Goonies.
The thing is, it's timeless because it looks like it could have been filmed 25 years ago or last year. Like it really is. It holds up well visually because there's no real like special effects that would date it. You know,
a lot of location shooting.
There's a lot of practical stuff, which I think
holds up in long term.
Yeah, it makes things hold up longer.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, regardless of opinion on it, I just feel like that.
Watch. Oh gosh, what was I watching? Anything that was like the pinnacle of like CGI technology, even something as old like 10 years ago. Some of the CGI just doesn't hold up. Even
Gollum is aged.
Yeah, I give you that.
But like if you look at Gollum from Lord of the Rings and you see his like short scenes in The Hobbit, you can see the difference in quality
quite a bit.
But then like I have love for stuff like Jason and the Argonauts and Clash of the Titans.
So stop motion. Ray Harryhausen, that is 100%. I that is timeless because that is not only, God, that is just a highly technical.
It's art at work.
Yeah,
it is insanely technical. And you know, he trained under Jack Pierce. Was it Jack Pierce, the guy who did the stop motion for King Kong?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was Jack Pierce.
I know there was a touring Harryhausen exhibit for a while that I wanted to go see, but I don't even remember where it was.
I actually went to I went to see Harryhausen do a bunch of different things at Comic-Con different years, and they were always really small panels.
Because everybody's like, "Who's this guy?"
Did you ever go to the any of the who puts out Puppet Master?
Oh, Full Moon.
Did you ever go to any of the Full Moon like touring shows?
No.
I have.
We went and we saw like somebody go through a guillotine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they were interesting to
observe.
Willis O'Brien was the name I was thinking of. Jack Pierce is the guy who did the makeup on the original Frankenstein with Karloff.
Oh, nice.
Not the original Frankenstein. The first Frankenstein was the Thomas Edison Frankenstein.
There is a when you go to Universal Studios now, and I don't know when the last time you were there was.
2014.
I don't know if it was then, if they had it then, but when you're on the lot tour, if you take a turn, and I don't know if it's on the regular tour, there's the back of a building that's painted, and it's all Universal monsters, but it's like it's the classic Universal monsters, but it's in a they look like, I want to say they were in black and white, but there was like these big pops of color around them, and it was like a mural that was a whole wall, and it was really cool.
Definitely was not there, because I even asked somebody where all the Universal Monster stuff was, because I wanted to get like some merch, because I thought that would be the place to get some like Universal Monster stuff.
Did they stare at you blankly?
Yeah, they said we don't have that.
That's lame.
So it goes through waves of popularity. Like, so, I mostly went there for the Halloween Horror Nights, but between that, you remember they used to have like a haunted house kind of set up with like kind of the classic Universal monsters and stuff too. But the best thing about it was the waiting in line. They had like all the different masks for special effects prosthetics. So they had like Karloff, Lugosi. They even had Bruce Campbell since Army of Darkness was a Universal picture.
Nice. I was looking at Universal passes recently, and if you get like the highest one, there's no blackout dates for the whole thing, but you also get a bunch of perks, and one of them is you get a free ticket to Halloween Horror Nights.
So I had a coworker that talked me into this and really spoiled me on the Horror Nights, and I don't think the VIP tickets have the same perks anymore. But we would go. They were not cheap, and then you got to the front of every line. You got free valet parking, so you just drove to the front. Somebody parked your car for you. You got 3 free drink tickets at the buffet. You got free buffet. We got to go.
It's not free. You pay for that shit.
Well, included, I should say. We got a totally separate maze that was specifically just for VIP people, and I think that year it was the Purge. They also just opened up the Walking Dead maze, so we were the first ones to go through the Walking Dead maze. And then, get in the front of the line of any ride and any.
That's what I was actually going to say. One of the other perks of that high membership is you get one front of the line pass for every ride every time you go.
You know what was really disappointing was there's no longer a Terminator 2 3D.
It's Transformers.
Oh, when I went, it was those banana things.
You mean Minions?
Banana jelly beans, yeah.
No, that's in a different location.
They have their own land now.
Oh.
Yeah, the Terminator one was down on the bottom lot, right? Where
Jurassic Park is?
Where Jurassic Park is. Their backdraft used to be down there.
Yeah. It was in like the older, yeah.
So, yeah, that's Transformers now.
It's really good.
Yeah, the Transformers ride is actually pretty fun.
Is that where like Optimus Prime is yelling at you the whole time and like things happen and it's like happening too fast and you're just like, you just shrug.
Isn't that every ride?
I think for you, maybe that's what the experience is.
I just remember Optimus Prime yelling at me a lot.
He might have been.
He wants you to get out of the way. He doesn't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I kind of like the Mummy ride.
That's a good ride.
Even though it is insanely short.
It's very short.
That's why you go backwards.
I was talking to Katrina, and I was saying that, we're Disney people and we love going to Disneyland, but there's so much.
Oh, please. Who are you kidding?
What?
You're not a Disney person.
I mean,
he's poking fun at you, Robert.
Yes.
I mean,
he's like, who doesn't know that you're a Disney person? Blah, blah, blah.
Anyways, there's no pressure when you go to Universal Studios. There's not enough there to make an entire day of it. So there's not this pressure like, let's get on as much as possible and let's go here and let's go there and let's get everywhere.
But you know what I usually always do lump into my trip to Universal Studios because it's right around the corner is going through Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
I don't know what that is.
It's a cemetery. A lot of celebrities are buried there.
Oh.
Johnny Ramone, Mel Blanc, Vampira, Peter Lorre, Bela Lugosi.
Nice.
Yeah.
We went to the Funko store.
Oh, that's right. They put that new pop-up shop there, didn't they?
It's
a fixture.
Like 3 or 4 times bigger than the one in Washington.
That's the only one I've been to, and that thing was pretty big.
Yeah, there's only 2 of them. The one it's on Hollywood Boulevard, and we were going up to Universal, and it was supposed to rain, and we got up there, and it was just dead. So we spent like half the day there. Then we went to Universal, or not Universal. We went to the Funko store.
Went to lunch, and then went back to Universal. How was the store?
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was really cool. I felt like if I'm going to like the headquarters, I would have expected to see maybe more of the rares and less of like the mass produced ones.
Yeah.
On display or possibly for sale there, and I think that was kind of the only letdown I had from it.
They had to.
They might have changed that because the ones that they had, the stores will get some of the limited releases that come out online, but then there's ones that can only be purchased at the stores now.
Well, that's good.
Like they have a wall.
I sent you pictures of when I went to the one in Washington, and
yeah,
I really liked how they had set everything up.
There was a haunted house there that had all the horror ones, but then there was a whole room that was all Saturday morning cartoons and ad icons. There was a There was the Hall of Justice. There was
Star Wars section.
There was a huge Star Wars section.
Game of
It was
Thrones.
really cool. Yeah, Game of Thrones, Jurassic Park, Disney villains. There was a whole Harry Potter room. It was massive.
Yeah.
But no, I really liked going to Universal. There's just like we don't like everything that's there, so it's there's just we were planning on doing a Universal and then Disneyland trip, but you know the world.
Feel about Back to the Future being turned into The Simpsons?
I think both of those rides. I think the Simpsons ride needs to be taken out because it's just so dated and it does not work well. But I would have preferred it to stay Back to the Future, but I get it.
I think one of the funniest things about waiting in line for the Simpsons ride is that stupid little vignette where it shows Professor Frink buying
Yes.
the Emmett Brown's Timeatorium or whatever. And the
I saw that.
you can buy, like on the Back to the Future box set, the special editions for Back to the Future 3 is the ride itself. You can sit and watch the ride now.
I noticed that last time we went because you had said it, and I noticed Fink talking to Doc Brown. I
Yeah.
hadn't noticed it before.
And that's Christopher Lloyd voicing Brown too.
We took the boys on it, and Parker was like, "What the hell is this?"
He was watching like the shorts from Itchy and Scratchy, and he was just like, "This is gross."
Yeah.
They still haven't rectified their Bort license plate situation, have
No, not since I was there last time.
they? That's a missed opportunity.
It is. It is.
It's a
You know what's still great is the fucking Waterworld stunt show.
Everybody goes and sees it.
Yeah.
Despite how bad that movie is, yeah, it had amazing stunt work. It had the stunt cast behind that was a lot of really big names.
It was the stunt show's fun.
Yeah.
It's we go see it every time we go.
The kids love it.
Yeah.
And then they pepper in like an animal show in between.
And I don't think so anymore.
What did it used to be before Waterworld? Do you remember?
It's been Waterworld as long as I can remember. You looking it up?
Let's find out.
Because I want to say it was something cheesy.
Now when you go there, if you know how there's like 47 escalators to get down to that lower lot?
No, there's escalators now. I just remember stairs.
There's been escalators since I was like a child.
They don't stick out of my head, but sure.
But, okay, so you know how big the distance is from the top lot to the bottom lot.
Yes.
It's very large. Well, when you're standing on the top lot now and you're looking down, you can actually see them building the Nintendo land down there.
Did you spit over the side?
No, I don't do that.
Oh.
It also sucks that King Kong burned down.
No, I think the bigger travesty is they
Lost all that footage.
yeah, all those nitrate film stock in their museum or whatever you call their warehouse went up. There were a lot of like last existing prints of a lot of movies that are just gone now. You've heard of the movie London After Midnight?
It sounds familiar.
Just look up Lon Chaney, London After Midnight. There's a lot of famous still pictures from that. That movie never got released because it just doesn't exist anymore. It was remade in the 30s with Bela Lugosi. It was called Mark of the Vampire. But, yeah, that movie's just straight up gone. And
That's a shame.
it is because there was some really cool-looking makeup on Chaney's character.
I want to say something about Hollywood, and then we can finish up this episode.
Miami Vice Action Spectacular.
There you go.
That's what it was. Because my first time going there, you get to sit and interact with Kit from Knight Rider. You got to pick up the A-Team stunt van. So I got to sit in the car and have Mr. Feeney talk to me, and he called me by my name.
Nice. Wait, the Mummy ride took over the ET ride, huh?
Yes, that's why it was so short, isn't it?
They still have the ET ride in Florida.
That's a movie I never cared for.
We tried watching it with the kids, and I just
They weren't into it at
they
all.
weren't into it, and I don't remember really liking it all that much.
I just remember it existing and being on in the background as a kid.
Adventures in Babysitting. That was one of my favorite movies.
Elizabeth was hot in it back in the day.
I don't know.
Vincent D'Onofrio's in it.
I don't know what my movie as a kid was. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, let's go back and watch it. Like, Back to the Future. Like, I love watching Back to the
I
Future.
like watching those too.
I like watching that too. I guess probably Ghostbusters for me.
I watched that too.
Ghostbusters is good.
But I also God, by the time I was Parker's age, I'd probably seen
Oh God.
3 Evil Dead movies by that point. Let's see, what else have I done by 10 years old?
Silence of the Lambs was my favorite movie at Parker's age.
Uh-huh. This is the first time I saw Full Metal Jacket. It was the
I've
first
still
time
never seen it.
Really?
Neither.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you'd like it.
So it's really fucked up.
Which is funny because the message in it is something you probably align with, but if watching A Clockwork Orange kind of disturbed you, Kubrick uses a lot of that juxtaposition of like what makes you comfortable, what doesn't make you comfortable.
I've seen Clockwork Orange like a lot of times.
He just picked up on themes that he didn't realize before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we discussed that about...
It was your first time seeing it, right, Katrina?
Yes.
That's what it was.
And Brian.
Yeah.
No, and that's one of those movies that I'd like. That, and I don't know why it sticks in my head, but Raging Bull, I've never seen it. I'd like to go back and watch that.
Oh my gosh. There's a bunch of shit posting Raging Bull jokes where they use clips from that movie and use clips from the Flintstones.
What?
Audio clips from Raging Bull, and they interject it to like scenes from the Flintstones.
Okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I'll have to watch it first.
It's called Raging Fred.
I'll watch the movie first, and then I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. Well, shit. Now that they have this Netflix together, we could probably try and tackle that stupid list we made.
We could.
That's true.
Yeah. What is that, like the party thing or whatever?
I have no idea.
We could do that.
Party mode.
But we'd have to find the movie on Netflix.
I'm sure some of them are, and we can even record it live, like as it happens.
We watched La La Land.
I don't know what that is, do I?
Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone.
I have no interest in that movie.
I didn't either. We watched it. I actually liked it.
It was good.
Didn't it accidentally win over Moonlight?
Yes, it accidentally went over Moonlight.
We almost would have had to watch that movie instead of Moonlight. Ugh.
I don't know. Maybe that things are just the way they are. I like watching. You know what? It wasn't a feel-good movie, actually.
No, it was not. It was kind of depressing.
Everything's kind of depressing right now.
Nothing matters.